hello to all the community-based organizations that are interested in partnering with a service learning course in spring 2021. I'm excited to be partnering and collaborating with you all through our service learning courses this semester. If you don't already recognize my voice, my name is Chelsea Lauder. I'm a program associate in City and Community Engagement at Northeastern, and I work on the Community Engaged Teaching and Research team. I'm also known as the one who emails you all year long to check in about how we can collaborate each semester to meet our shared community and university goals. So the purpose of this narrated slideshow is to introduce community partners, returning liaisons and new, to our work as community engaged teaching and research more broadly. So who are we within city and community engagement? What is service learning? What role do you play as a community partner, etc. As well as address some of the specifics regarding the schedule and expectations, and then some of the associated resources for this semester as well. So to start, I want to address the context of where we're situated at Northeastern. So our service learning courses are just one function of the Community Engaged Teaching and Research team, which is a team within our Northeastern Office of City and Community Engagement. It's likely that you already are or might like to be connected to one of the other programs and teams throughout our office, such as ACES, the Community Volunteer Program, or through Northeastern Crossing, just to name a few. While we refer to you as service learning partners in this space, once you're part of our network, we're always happy to connect you with our other colleagues. So as I mentioned, facilitating service learning is just one function of our team and office. In this case of service learning, we are talking specifically about the teaching tool that's meant to support community impact while enhancing a student's learning. For Northeastern, service learning is a type of experiential learning, but we really want to stress that there is not a one-size-fits-all mold for service learning, and that community partners are a central and essential piece of the service learning puzzle. SL, while directly connected to a course at Northeastern, is not possible without the rich collaboration with community partners. I'll keep sharing examples of what this can look like, but if you are interested in learning more about the field and scholarship of service learning and community engagement, please don't hesitate to reach out. As I said, there is not a one-size-fits-all mold for service learning at Northeastern, or really anywhere. We try to build some structure to guide the possibilities based on what our community partners and faculty members are thinking about for each semester. So this spring, these three types of our engagement are the ones that you're most likely to see, or some sort of mixture of all. So for example, if you are partnering with a marketing course, it is possible that you're working as a project-based capacity building partnership, and for other courses, you may be engaging with students who are connecting with you weekly as a social media or activity assistant. And there really are so many possibilities to how this can look. We're going to be offering the option for faculty, students, and community partners to engage both in person and virtually. This means that community partners will have the chance to submit either in-person, virtual, or a hybrid, and then a conversation will need to be had between all stakeholders to really determine what makes the most sense based on everyone's comfort level. So our request for partnerships process is typically how we make the course and community partnership connections each semester. We gather course information from faculty members and then create our course list and concept map to provide an outline to community partners on the scope of engagement opportunities. Community partners then submit any type of student volunteer role, project, etc. that they'd like to see filled, or an idea for a capacity building project. and really any other type of engagement that they'd be interested in having from an individual or a group of students for this particular semester timeframe. And then our team reads through these submissions and works to find the shared goals across course objectives and partner goals. And this process takes time and also requires some back and forth between the multiple stakeholders to ensure that it's the best fit. In this semester, in order to better track and confirm our community course partnerships, we're going to be asking community partners, faculty members, and/or SLTAs to complete a partnership tracking form that is going to collect both this logistical information as well as the shared goals that are separate from what you submit to the RFP but are more specific to each individual course partnership. So stay tuned for a little bit more information on what this is going to look like in early January. So for this spring semester, which at Northeastern runs from January 19th to April 21st, these are just a few dates you might want to bookmark. Our first day of undergraduate classes is January 19th, and we hope to have all SLTAs, faculty members, and community partners in contact by late December, early January. If you are working with a direct, either virtual or hybrid service partnership, we ask that any student preparation, orientation, application process, query processing, and matching happens before February 12th. And while some projects and courses may finish up a bit earlier and others may continue to engage past the last day of classes, our general final day of service is April 21st. One note about the spring semester at Northeastern this year is that there will not be a spring break. That's to ensure that we can keep our campus as healthy and safe as possible. So while it is generally great that there are so many layers of support, we know it can also be really difficult to know who exactly to reach out to with your questions. So I broke down who the best audience may be for each type of question. So our service learning teaching assistants, or SLTAs as we call them, are really your first line of contact more often than not. You can ask them questions about your specific students, provide feedback through them, and will be prompted to share updates and course progress via them. And more often than not, your question can be answered by an SLTA. And for your faculty members, this is really where those specific questions about a course project or the scope of a student's ability as it relates to the project or deliverable, or the deliverable itself, is usually directed through the faculty member. And then if there is a major issue with the student that you want elevated quickly, you can send that directly to the faculty member, but we also recommend CCing the SLTA since they play a big role in keeping students on track. And then additionally, if you are interested in partnering on a similar project or maybe one that's connected but a little bit different with this faculty member in the future, definitely reach out directly to them. Then generally, questions about materials or resources that are coming directly from our office are best sent directly to Becca or I. And if you're interested in any of our professional development opportunities, like the learning communities, or connecting with another initiative that you've heard about through Northeastern or city and community engagement, you can send that to us. And really, when in doubt, you can always CC everybody, and whoever is the most relevant will know the answer. And as always, if you are not up for sending another email or need help offline, we have a number of resources that you can utilize. Our community partner resource website has a ton of information, and we host a lot of our announcements, trainings, additional resource pages, etc. on there. So please feel free to look through that. And then we have a new city and community engagement website, but this might have that kind of bigger picture answer or connection that you were looking for. And then I always encourage community partners to look through our Service Learning Virtual Expo, which can do a really good job at answering those questions about past examples of what students have done, or seeing some examples and reflections of what service learning has looked like across the university, at least over the last 2 or so years. So I shared a lot of different information, and I just want to sum some of it up. So here are a few pro tips. Number 1, especially as we enter another semester with more unknowns and challenges than ever before, we highly recommend communicating from the beginning how you'll address any change of programming, either from Northeastern or your organization. In general, with service learning partnerships, more is more with communication. Communicate well and often with your faculty members and SLTAs to really set yourself up for success. Finally, through your partnership and ongoing communication with multiple stakeholders, we really recommend recording your expectations, goals, conversations, and this is both for the benefit of your shared partnership and also to have a record of past goals and collaborations across your organization. The tracking form I mentioned earlier that we're going to be piloting this semester will hopefully be really helpful in creating this record of your course and community partnerships. So that's all for now, and as always, please do not hesitate to reach out with any questions or concerns before or during the semester. Becca and I are both here to support your partnership in really as many ways as you need it, and we can't wait to see another semester filled with meaningful community partnerships.